If you like our videos, consider checking out our Patreon.
Hey everybody, got our murders 2 seconds, so that means...
No storage place.
Talk. That's jive talk from now.
Nudity on slick paper.
It means we're spinning that fucking wheel again. Give us something good.
Again.
Yeah, again, like Lou. Or the Carrot Affair.
Right. Or Ames. 6-part video. 10 minutes apiece.
Now you're talking.
Now you're talking.
Is that like the Bruce Willis? That's Look Who's Talking. Now you're talking. I have absolutely no fucking clue what that is, so we'll be right back after we watch that.
You know what that is. People say it all the time. Well, they used to say it all the time. We were like, how about a burger with mustard and ketchup? Now you're talking. You know, where a chick's like, how about some blow with a blow?
Now you're
like, now
talking.
you're talking.
So we just got done watching Now You're Talking, and we know what it is, kind of. It's an anti-drug film made by Lutherans.
Right, Lutherans.
But besides them, the anti-drug family part, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what's with the Russian.
Well, because it starts off with some Russian guy dressed looking like he's goddamn Robert Stack from Unsolved Mysteries with the fucking smoke and shit in the background. But he fucking talks some fucking shit.
Yeah.
Hello, and thank you for inviting me into your home. As you know, family talk about alcohol and other drugs isn't always easy. Problems between parents and kids are compounded because the languages they speak are separated by barriers of age, values, emotions, desires.
It's Unsolved Mysteries Russian version.
But why is he in this? I still don't know. I was thinking maybe it's like 1991, but I was like, but why is he kind of the good guy?
I don't know. What did you expect him to come out? You know?
Be the villain. It's the early 90s.
Yeah.
Fuck the Russians. But anyway, it now cuts to the Russian guy taking 2 parents across this bridge to meet their kids to talk about shit.
Right.
But the Russian guy...
Your dad was wearing a hat, and you were like, well, it's kind of like a Russian-styled hat, in a sense.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, is the dad Russian? What's happening?
But whatever this happens.
You were out late last night.
Что вы думали?
Yeah, the game went into overtime.
У меня извинение готово.
Until 12:30. I heard you coming in last night.
Я проверяла тебя.
We were okay. We just went out for pizza.
Перестань проверять нас.
Who'd you go with?
Вы били с плохими намерениями?
Steve and Cassie and those guys.
Да, с плохими намерениями.
Wasn't Steve grounded for drinking?
Ты выпивала со Стивом?
Dad, that was months ago. He's okay now.
Не будь таким старомодным.
Well, don't ever let me catch either of you drinking.
Не попадись.
Why is they're talking English, but the Russian guy is translating to Russian to both of them?
Right.
What the fuck is going on?
You're like, was he directing the Russian dialogue toward the girl or the kid? And then like the dad's like nodding like yes, and he's like, why didn't you tell me you like anal, son? You know, he's like, gee, Dad, I don't know if we should talk about that in front of Mom.
But I don't know. It cuts to the Russian by himself again, and he intros the first scene in this fucking shit.
This first scene is how you say piece of cake to translate. It's a conversation that could happen in almost any home, perhaps even yours. It's all about a normal, middle-class American family, and it's all about drugs.
In Russia, if children don't listen, we throw them over a bridge.
So it cuts to this family in this kitchen, a kid and her dad talking about coffee and shit.
Right.
When did you start drinking coffee?
Oh, a while ago.
Yeah, well, it's not very good for you.
It doesn't seem to bother you any. Besides, gives me a lift. Helps me get going in the morning.
I know what you mean.
Can I have some? You're not old enough.
Well, he was like, you know, oh, you're getting coffee, you know, and she was like, I like it. He's like, yeah, well, you know, whatever, you know.
But then he equates it to fucking cigarettes.
Trouble with coffee is that it always reminds me of that old first cigarette in the morning.
I'm glad you quit that, Daddy. Those were awful.
Yeah, but I sure enjoyed them.
Enjoyed what?
Daddy's talking about his old cigarettes.
Ugh.
He's like, yeah, it kind of reminds me of cigarettes.
The first cigarette in the morning.
I love cigarettes. You know, and she's like, I'm glad you quit. He's like, I'm not.
But then, you know, fucking the teenage son comes in and, you know, they start talking about sports and stuff.
I am sore. I'm gonna die today.
I think you guys died last night. 28-0.
I don't need reminders, twerp.
Tough game. Pretty sore this morning?
Yeah, those guys were big.
And then they start talking about goddamn fucking steroids and shit.
Yeah, I bet they're on steroids or something.
Somewhere, for sure. Their team's got a rep for steroids.
Have your guys used steroids?
I'm not sure. One or two maybe. I don't know.
I think it's disgusting using drugs like that. Those West guys look like a herd of cattle.
And I'm like, okay, I get this anti-drug thing going on here, but then now it's talk time. Just blank talk time where we're supposed to discuss what we thought of the last segment. So take your chance right now, go to the comments down below and tell us what you thought about the first segment. Right. I know you ain't gonna do shit.
We'll wait.
So moving on to the Russian explaining the second scene, celebration.
Family celebrations, warm, wonderful times, special occasions with special rules. This next scene is a wedding day. The pastor has given a blessing and departed. The reception is underway. We won't bore you with all of the speeches and toasts, but you'll see another kind of family communication, especially between generations.
It's time to celebrate tonight. So
because this wedding reception, where we see, I guess, Uncle Alex dancing, which is great.
Right. Well, you saw you saw the old guy dance. You're like, Joe Biden, no.
And then, you know, the son tries to drink some wine.
Right.
Hey, watch it. The punch bowl's over there.
Mom! But it's a wedding.
That's right. It's not your 21st birthday. You've got a few years to go.
Mom ain't having it.
No, she was like, oh, you're too young. And then all of a sudden this kid, like kids do, they sneak.
No, he doesn't sneak because Dad comes over all fucking sauced and
That's
basically
true.
hands them one.
What am I gonna do with this?
I'll take it.
Okay, thanks.
He was like, Dad, I'll hold it for you. He's like, thanks, son. Well, I mean, Dad didn't say drink it, son.
Yeah.
He just said hold it. Son was the irresponsible one. He knows Dad's loaded, not in his right mind. He should be respectful enough of his father. Put that shit to the side. Now, if you want to go steal somebody else's drink, that's fine. At least you didn't take it off your dad.
But no, as this lady's walking by with a tray, he grabs another one for himself.
Well, she was irresponsible. She bent down, was looking at the other kids going, dee. And then he grabbed, he could have grabbed the whole bunch of them. She wouldn't know.
And then we cut to the kids in the back drinking, sparkling grape juice.
Right.
Fucking
Rewind. Thank you for rewinding your tape. And now, great, you stretched it out.
I can't think of the word I want to use. My brain completely... Yes, the parents and
they were
drinking.
imitating the parents drinking.
Like this.
I mean, like they do at weddings. They give the kids, the sparkling grape juice and shit. And they're like, look, you can be... And then you're like drinking your grape juice, wondering why Pappy is drinking his grape juice, going, blah, 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 like hitting on the bridesmaid and shit.
I'll be the father bride. Dance, drink up.
But whatever, guess what? It's talk time again. So go down in the comments below and fucking tell us what you thought about the second segment and the drinking and the whatnot.
Nobody's gonna discuss it.
I know. I'm fucking more than aware.
They're not gonna talk
Fucking
about
metal retro gamer might throw something up there.
He will.
Maybe.
He's a dedicated fan, and I love it. The rest of them, go to hell!
Hey, fuck you, dude. All of them are awesome no matter how much they fucking,
I know, I don't care. I'm not Donald Trump. I don't need constant praise. That'd be nice.
Yes, you do. You do, dude.
That would be nice if our fans would send us a newsletter or something, like every month. Or not, what does he get? They get a briefing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It'd be like a monthly briefing of just letters of saying, how much they love us.
Well, I mean, I guess if you really need that, I can fake it.
Can you?
Yeah, I'll just fake it. Be like, dude, all these people love us. I know our numbers haven't gone up or anything, and you can't see the comments, but I'm getting all these emails. But anyway.
So much love, and I'm like, yay, me.
And now we cut back to the Russian where he's talking about the third fucking segment. I don't even remember what it's. Maybe it's. I don't know here.
Family rules are clear in inverse proportion to their importance. Think about it. In most families, kids have a better idea of the rules about gum chewing and grammar than they do about sex, alcohol, or other drugs. We all try to play by the rules, but we don't always agree on what the rules are, especially if we never talk about them. In this next scene, Pete insists that a rule has been violated. Do you think Danny clearly understands the rule? Do you believe he was playing by the rules?
Could have been about anything.
Well, it cuts to the dad and the son, after a baseball game or whatever.
Well, our rusky friend was talking in riddles sometimes, and I was like, what? Like in Russia, only polar bear do heroin. You're like, what? Why? No!
But whatever, dad's disappointed that son went out drinking and stuff the night before, even though son denies it.
I don't know what to do about you, Danny. I mean, do you think I don't know what's going on?
What?
You were at that beer party in the park last night, weren't you? Weren't you?
Well, sort of. Yeah,
Danny, always asking me to trust you. How can I? Didn't I tell you to stay away from those things? I gave you my car. You go out drinking with your buddies.
But I wasn't.
Please, don't make it any worse. Mr. Danforth saw you there when he picked up Jerry. He called me this morning.
Well, yeah, I was there. But I wasn't drinking.
You expect me to believe that?
It's the truth. Ask anybody.
Well, you were there. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's enough.
Son was like, nah, Dad. All your friends are drinking. I was being the good Christian son that you raised. Lutheran son that you raised. I don't know what the difference is. Anyway, but so, of course, son lies because that's what kids do.
Well, you don't know that yet. We don't learn that till part 5 or whatever.
I figured it out because I just know.
So anyway.
Being a parent myself.
Russian dude comes out, intros part 4.
A rule is a rule. Only when everyone understands and agrees to it. To come up with a rule that works, Danny and his father will have to talk and listen to each other. Will that solve all problems? Yet. The road to open family talk can take some unexpected turns. As you'll see in this final scene, if the family can't always find the perfect answers, at least they're beginning to ask the right questions.
Yeah, we're waiting for the Russian dude to just put a hit out both kids eventually. I was hoping he was going to take out the little Home Alone fucker, because that kid had a smart-ass comment for everything. Remember fucking his brother sitting there trying to talk about his accomplishments? He kept breaking them down.
I think he made one offhand comment here.
I think you guys died last night. 28-0.
I don't need reminders, twerp.
He made a couple. He was like, you guys lost out of you nothing.
I think it was
you ain't
just
got
one.
no fucking penis. You suck.
I don't remember none of that.
I remember it in my head.
But anyway, we cut to the parents kind of bickering, about whatever.
Isn't that a little harsh, Pete? I mean, if he wasn't drinking.
But he did go there. I don't know. Maybe you're right. It's just that if I back down on one rule, what about all the rest?
What about what? Where are all these rules written? I've sure never seen them.
Oh, things we tell the kids.
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't always know what we tell the kids from one day to the next. I don't know. Maybe we're not always clear about rules, even with each other. I mean, like when Danny was drinking at Mary Beth's wedding. Now, that was a mix-up for sure. I mean, have we ever just sat down with the kids and agreed on any rules?
I guess not. Maybe we should.
Yeah.
How about right now?
And then Mom says, you better go talk to number 1 son.
First, you better go up and get on speaking terms with number one son.
Well, didn't the dad say something fucking weird about steroids? He's like, I bet that other team's doing steroids.
Well,
and
dude,
he was like, yes, Sam.
Yeah, dude,
what did you do?
They saw that 3 segments ago.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that happened, and they saw it.
Dad has a lot of, like, conversations about drugs. It's probably inappropriate.
Well, but whatever,
His
right?
words are wrong.
Dad goes upstairs to talk to number son.
Right.
I come in?
Sure.
This isn't... Look. I came to apologize. I'm sorry I came down on you like that.
It's okay.
You see, I got so wrapped up in my rule about keg parties that I forgot the reason for the rule. That's to protect you. That's why we make rules in this family. Keep all of us safe and well. But I should have given you a chance to explain.
Dad, it's okay.
No, it's not okay. I should have listened to you.
I love how the mother said that. You better go talk to number
Once
one
again,
son.
we already just heard that.
I'm just saying. So number 2's in the fucking basement or in the attic when that little thing they pulled out?
Yeah, like Zelda.
That's awesome.
Like Pet Cemetery Zelda, not not Princess Zelda.
Hey, Joe.
I heard that one's not. It's not too bad.
I haven't seen it.
Obviously, I'm saying I heard it's not too bad.
I don't know. I'm not. Dude, every time they reboot something, they might as well.
It's like, dude, but think about
might as
it.
well just kick it to
They
the curb.
they can't mess it up more than like Pet Cemetery 2. I love Pet Cemetery 2 for being as shitty as it is. I love the over-the-top Clancy Brown fucking bleh, with the beads.
It doesn't need remade. I know some people point out, they're like, well, Tom movie then the Patchwork remade.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean.
But dude, I'll never love anything more than the original Pet Cemetery. 1, it's kind of cheesy, and you know how I love my cheese.
Oh, I know.
2, that fucking, what's his name? Miko, that kid that was in everything in the 80s.
Creepy.
Fucking amazing job for a 2-year-old.
Right.
And then 3, dude in real life falling and smashing his head off the corner of that nightstand, and they left it in there. Ding.
Yeah.
Oh, and fucking Fred Gwynn. Yeah. Don't go down that road.
Yeah, that road, Lois. Getting his fucking Achilles sliced. He was like, yeah, I was like, good. I didn't see.
Oh, dude, I love that fucking movie. And Zelda.
Right. Tell me who
that
didn't
movie's
see that
fucking
shit
awesome.
Go, fuck me.
So anyway, enough of Pet Cemetery. Let's get into, Son lied.
Dad, listen to me now. Please. I lied.
What?
I lied to you. I was drinking at the keg party. And not much. Just a beer with the guys. I was real careful about that. But I know I broke the rules. That's why I was scared when you found out. So I tried to, cover it up.
So why are you telling me now?
I don't know. Because I feel bad about lying to you. And because you said you were sorry.
And then it cuts to a family meeting where they're talking about drugs.
Caffeine is a drug, just like alcohol, even cocaine. Maybe we should talk about all drugs. What kind of rules can we make?
Never, never, ever use drugs.
That's a nice thought, Ben, but... Well, what about cold medicine?
And what about your favorite pop? It's loaded with caffeine.
And alcohol.
Hey, everybody drinks at weddings. I mean, adults do anyway.
Look, you kids are trying to grow up, become more independent. We want that to happen, believe me. But at the same time, your mom and I have an obligation to protect you. That's why we sometimes have these conflicts.
Yeah, Dad's like, you know what? I let things get too far around here. I let kids do drugs.
Oh, what's kind of fucked up was, they had about the rules.
Obviously, we just can't ban everything. But we need to make some clear rules about alcohol and other drugs. Rules that are fair to everyone.
The rules about drinking. We need to discuss these, and, they need to be fair to everyone. I thought the rule was if you're under 21,
no drugs.
No drinking.
No drugs. No drinking, no drugs. But no, Dad kind of left it open there. He was kind of like, I'm going to be fair and balanced to everybody. So little Timmy there likes to do heroin. That's fine. Little Susie likes to do some coke.
And what's creepy is, the dude kind of did look like my fucking dad, like a skinnier version.
It was weird.
But this dude was way nicer and way calmer than my dad. Man, my dad was a fucking dick at times, man.
He flew
most
off.
of the time.
He was kind of like...
Because Bird was like, oh, well, how'd your dad give you the talk? I'm like, dude, my dad didn't talk it to me unless he was bitching at me. But anyway, enough talking about the dead for no reason whatsoever.
We're talking about your aggressive childhood.
So,
potty trained at gunpoint.
Yeah.
How lovely.
You best piss in that fucking toilet! That didn't happen.
Don't touch your noodle.
Your fat, dirty
Do
toes.
it handsless. And you best aim proper, boy.
So anyway, the Russian comes back to talk about,
I get a dog cage and no dog.
Talk about rules and whatnot.
The rules your family makes may be different from theirs. And the rules that make sense today may not work for you tomorrow or next year. Whether you talk about alcohol or other drugs, about dating and sex, about faith and morality, family rules have to change and grow just as people change and grow. Rarely are there perfect answers, but there can be clear understandings, and there must be fairness and compromise.
And then he wraps it all up.
Now that you have finished this video, try sitting down with everyone in your family. Use your workbook to help open up your own talk about alcohol and other drugs. Parents and kids, talk about your feelings, your experiences, your concerns. And listen, really listen to each other. Seek the common ground, things you can all agree on. On that common ground, you can build clear, fair family rules about the host of problems that adults and kids face in the real world.
And then we get like a little ad for the Lutherans. Lutheran with that, what is that, a mega church going on right there?
That is a
fucking huge.
Big church. I hope it's not a church. And if they, you see that and you're like, those fucking places aren't paying taxes. They take up huge amounts of land and they pay zero in taxes. Horse shit. Yep. You know, they give nothing to you except false hope.
Yeah. And they take.
And they take. They're a casino that doesn't really have to give much back.
Well, casinos don't really have to give much back.
No,
either,
they don't, but if you win, they kind of have
But dude,
to.
the casinos pay a fuck ton of taxes.
It's not like in the church, if you hit it big, they have to produce Jesus to you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, they should have to do that.
They should have to do that. Like, hey, I came to see Jesus. You're like, oh, well.
Go over to the slot machine. If you get 3 crucifixes in a row, he'll come down.
Right. Dude, they'll have that fucking thing right constantly.
There'll be some dude named Ted looking like gay Jesus. He'd be all fucking strapped up to the fucking cross, coming down, dick all flopping. Gay Jesus!
Like, what is it, my child? Never mind. Reel him back up, please. As his dick goes like this across your face as he goes back up. You're like,
On that note, for Gunner and Bird, we'll see you later.
I remember you wearing a loincloth. What happened to that? What would happen? How many people have done that? You've gone into a church and be like, okay, where is he? I don't see him.
They were like,
this is a huge building. I'd imagine if Jesus is anywhere, he'd be here. You guys have like one part looks like a fucking the Enterprise, and then there he goes in. There looks like there's a little park area. Then there's this huge complex on the. What the fuck is happening?
Human sacrifice?
Seriously, what is going on?
Making these awful fucking videos?
Why do you need that big of a building? That's just monstrosity.
Well, you need a whole separate wing
like
for
Mormons,
diddling.
you know, Mormon churches, you know, in Utah, they're fucking huge. Scientologists have this giant building. It's fucking insane. 0 taxes. I want that. Like, I'm declare me religious thing, and my house is now a church. I have to pay shit.
We could be the worst religion on YouTube.
Okay.
We need to fucking get ordained, and then we need to get a tax exemptness.
Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and with today's laws, we could probably do it. But you're like, Probably. But we're not slimy cocksmokes.
I don't know. I think I would kind of like to start my own religion / cult.
Would you?
Worst religion on YouTube.
Oh,
and then we'll just fucking preach, right?
Yeah.
We'll do our shows. But once the donations start coming in and we get that fucking 20% tithing every fucking paycheck, right, man? Then we can quit our jobs and then we can just start fucking preaching, right? Yeah. And we can be like, blah, 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 blah.
But about what, though? I mean, after a while, I'd just be lazy with it. Like, hey,
dude, you just gonna pick up a Bible and ramble random fucking shit and just say, like, Abraham, Josiah, begot.
I'm not reading that poop. I ain't gonna do that to lie to them. I'll just tell them the truth.
To lie to them?
Yeah, it'll be like, they don't know the difference anymore.
Alright.
I gotta eat. But yeah, that's a good way of, con people.